Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. If you hear the noise in the background, it's just a fan because it's hot as balls today. Today's video is addressing the issues that are brought to the audience of 13 Reasons Why. Now, everybody I'm sure has heard of that show, and I'm sure many people have watched it, and for those who have not watched it are probably smart not to watch it, especially if you have mental issues. I've had really bad mental health for most of my life. All mainly starting when I started getting bullied in elementary school. And everything has just gone downhill from that for mental health for me. And this is kind of coming out about mental health, I guess, which I've done in a video on my other channel previous to this video, but this is just kind of my way of venting about that show, and just the fact that that show should definitely have a disclaimer before the very first episode that if you are currently dealing with serious mental health issues, you probably shouldn't watch the show. Especially if you're trying to hide your mental health. Especially if you're trying to deal with your mental health and trying to trying to make yourself feel better. If you're trying to make yourself feel better, or trying to get into a better mindset and try to push it to, or try to kind of push it to the back so you can live a happy life, because I know it's hard, trust me. I've been able to do it for probably maximum a week or two, and then it just comes back like a brick wall, and it's very hard to get rid of. And it's very hard to get rid of completely, and I know there's a couple people that say that they have, but I don't know. But 13 Reasons Why I have serious I don't have serious issues with the show. I appreciate the show and the message it's putting across, because I know a lot of people need to hear about that. But my issue is the scenes that it decides to show for things. If you haven't watched season 2, then don't worry about this. But if you have watched season 2, episode 13 at about the 38-minute mark to about the 40-minute mark, so there's about a 2-minute window of this scene, it pushes boundaries that it probably shouldn't have pushed. But especially episode 13 or 14, season 1. Sorry, my dog's trying to play with the cats in the background. That pushed boundaries, and I have to 100% admit, I watched 13 Reasons Why to think, well, maybe it'll just bring issues to light and not be too serious about it, because it is a TV show that people are going to watch on Netflix. People pay for Netflix monthly. People are going to watch it. Little do they know how graphic it actually is. And I feel like at the beginning they did it right for season 2, where they had the cast, talk at the beginning, say if you need help, whatever, if you are dealing with this and this, please don't watch this show. Which I think they should have done for season 1, because season 1 was the biggest issue, because that's where the suicide happens. And I know a lot of people that have attempted suicide. I know a couple people that have committed suicide, and it doesn't help. And I have really bad mental health as it is, so it doesn't help my situation that the people that have attempted it, that's what they went through, and the people that's probably what it was like. And the people that committed it, that's probably what it was like. And the fact that I've had those thoughts before, gonna be open about that. I have, when I was younger, not now, I haven't had them now, but when I was in high school, junior high and high school, I did all the time. And the fact that they showed it, it doesn't help when somebody has serious mental health issues, because I know for me that show screwed me up so much. I was in Vancouver away from my family. I couldn't go to see them. And I was dealing with serious depression. I was in Vancouver anyways. The fact that I watched that not knowing that was going to happen kind of sucks. And I know, it probably wasn't intentional. I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional, because I would hope they wouldn't want to do that. Especially Selena Gomez, because I know she's gone through a lot of shit before. It would have been nice to know that before. Before the first episode started. I haven't watched season 2 because I don't have the balls to actually watch it by myself anymore. I don't have the balls to watch it, because I know what's going to happen. And I just made the stupid idea of skipping to that scene in season 2. and it's not good. Seen in episode 13 of season 2. It's not good. Because I saw it on social media today, like, this scene should not have been aired. It should not have even been considered to be filmed or made at all. And I 100% agree. That's one thing. And I understand that it's a serious issue. That's what happens in that scene. I know, like, bullying towards gays is, like, it's a big issue. I get that. But, like, the way they brought it up in the scene, they shouldn't have done it. Like, that's something that should not have been put in a series. It should never be aired like that ever again. What if you were somebody that had to go through that? Or somebody that has gone through serious bullying because of their sexuality? Like, you don't know what people have gone through, and, like, I feel like they're just... Season 2, they made the smart idea of putting the message at the beginning from the cast saying, like, don't watch this alone if you have serious mental health issues, or don't watch it at all if you have serious mental health issues. But I feel like they should have done that for season 1, because they knew how sensitive of a topic that this situation, like suicide, is. They know how sensitive that is, and they know how common that is, and yet they went and showed it. And they went and did season 1 without warning people. Like, that entire season, it's very, very much of a downhill spiral, basically, as the season goes on. And I know they warned the beginning of the episode of the suicide that was gonna happen, and that if you aren't comfortable with it, don't watch it. And I was stupid enough to watch it, which is my problem. I was stupid enough to watch it, because I was like, well, I've heard people talk about it, so I want to check this out, see how bad it actually is, and it was bad. They could have mentioned something at the very beginning of the season, just to warn people, and say, like, if you have serious... They should have done what they did at the beginning of season 2, at the beginning of season 1, where they say, if you have mental health issues, like serious mental health issues, either don't watch this, or don't watch it alone, because you will need the support of somebody else. Because if you've gone through this, and the person you're watching it knows that you've gone through this, and they're there, they've always been there for you, you watch it with that person. You watch it with somebody that understands you, and understands what's happening, and know that there's many people that have gone through this, and you don't know if they have either. Like, if they haven't, they're probably the best person to watch it with, because if they know what you've gone through, but they've never gone through it, they will understand if they get what you're talking about. So just a word of advice, if you have not seen season 1 or 2, or both, like either or, like if you've seen season 1, don't watch season 2. If you have not seen either season 1 or season 2, don't watch it. If you've got serious mental health issues, do not watch that show. Because I warn you now, that show, and I don't care what happens. What is my dog doing? Cooper! Oh, whatever. Anyways. Ever since I watched season 1 of that show, for like 2 weeks after that show, I was in the deepest pit of depression I've ever been in my life. Because of that show. And because I have dealt with that stuff that's happening in the show. Like all the bullying, all the mental like abuse kind of thing. All of that shit I've dealt with before in my life. And it would have been nice to know what was going to happen in that show. And if there was a warning beforehand, it would have been nice to know about. Or nice to have a warning about shit like that at the beginning of that show, of season 1, so I wouldn't have had to deal with going into that deep depression that I got stuck in, because mine, it's on and off. The smallest thing can flick the switch right on, and I'm gone for a week, or 2, or maybe a month. Like, there's one time I was gone for, I was jobless, living it with my brother again. This was after Vancouver. I just finished working somewhere as a temporary for a couple months. I was jobless. Some things happened in my personal life. I was living with my brother. He wasn't charging me rent, which was nice, which is very nice of him. I was in a deep depression for a month. I would not leave the house. I would rarely leave the house unless it was with my family or with my best friend. It's like it's either I would be at my house or I would be out drinking. That's the situation that I was in. Because I have the problem of my depression, it's the moment it kicks in, literally, I black out the entire time. Not literally, but basically that's what it feels like. I black out the entire time, and I don't even remember what happens most of the time when I'm in that depression. Like, I was in school when I was watching 13 Reasons Why. That was a bad situation. This time I was jobless, I was at home, I was raising a puppy, and I don't even remember the first, month of having my puppy. Or after this situation, I don't remember a month of having my puppy and raising him because of this depression. And that's the problem with this show. I'm pretty sure they understand that, but they just need to be careful. That's my opinion on 13 Reasons Why. I refuse to watch season 2 because of the pit that season 1 put me into. Because there is no pre-warning, actual pre-warning on the show. I heard things about it, but I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. But because there's no pre-warning, season 2, I watched it, and now with season 2, I refuse to watch it. Because I attempted to watch it, I turned it on, and 2 seconds in, I was like, I can't fucking do this. This is bringing back the memories of season 1, and I can't do that. Because of what it put me through for 2 or so weeks, I cannot go back to that little pit that I was in, because I've got a job now, I've got my puppy to raise, I've got shit to do and to work on, and I cannot get back into that again because I got into that the worst time when I was doing the most important thing in my life. Just warning you guys, if you decide to watch it still, if you think it's just another show, go watch it, I guess. But it brings to light a very serious situation, and it brings to light a lot of situations, especially season 2, and from what I've heard, and from the scene that I watched today, just now. That's my take on 13 Reasons Why, is that if you've got mental health issues, I recommend not watching it whatsoever. If you have not watched season 1, don't watch it. This is a serious warning. Do not watch it if you've got the mental health issues. If you don't, you can watch it, but I'm still warning you, it will probably have an effect on you. But that's my 2 cents in 13 Reasons Why. So thank you guys for watching this video. It's a little rant, I guess. This is my opinion on it. It's not what everybody else thinks about it. It's just my opinion on it, and I know everyone's gonna have different points of views on this show, and I understand that, but it's just a warning for people. If you still want to watch it, you've got mental health issues, just don't. Or be careful watching it. Watch it with somebody else. Watch it with somebody that can support you and help you through it, and get your mind off of things and just be able to be there for you, because I didn't have anybody at the time. And it's hard to find somebody who will understand. And I know that. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I know this is kind of a depressing video. Probably, but hit the subscribe button down below if you'd like. And then like this video for more. Hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed for the notifications for more videos, which I don't post often, but I'll post when I can, when I have time. Today, I've got so much time. I got off work early, and I came home, and I made a video, because I decided to try and watch it again, but I couldn't. So, anyways, thanks again for watching. Bye!